Hello, Leapers. My name is Rick.
And my name is Karen.
And I'm sailing Frog's Leap. I'm here in Shelter Bay Marina in Panama. Well, as you can see, I've got my wife here today, which is an unusual occurrence, and I'm super thrilled about it. And I've got all kinds of crazy energy, and we're going to do some cool projects.
As you can imagine, once you leave the U.S., we find it very difficult to find parts for the boat. So, since I knew I was coming to see Rick, he's had a couple things that have given out on him in the last month or so. So we have this new Garmin gadget. I really can't tell you what it does or what it's for, but we're going to install it later today and learn about this together. I'm sure many of you already know what it does. I just don't. But this here, there's actually two. I'm assuming these are not bracelets. Two nifty little spin locks. No idea either. The one thing that I'm really excited about, we picked up two of these lanterns, and these lanterns are actually they're run on solar, so we're going to be able to put those out a little today. We have our little attachments to them, so it's going to be able to extend out there quite nicely. And the cool thing about these is they have a twist off top, and on the other underside here you can flip a switch, and assuming it was it was set up, it would light up. And I personally, this is the one that I'm really excited to see.
I'm going to start by mounting these lights. Now, as Karen showed you, these lights go together like this. So, this fits in there really nicely. Okay? Pretty tightly. Like, I don't have to worry about it once it's in there. So what I need to do is affix this tube to the railings on the boat. But the reason why I'm doing the install first is because once I get this installed, you see, as the sun comes out, it's still early in the day. This solar panel can then charge all day, and this evening when the sun sets, oh yeah, we're going to turn this light on, and we're going to experience the full glory of flickering solar flamage. Flickering flamage. Yeah. Do that on the other side right now, and then this evening, oh yeah, we're gonna have cool flamage. One of the things I like about how I've chosen this area is because this thing rests right on this. So what that means is the light, when they're installed, is going to be at exactly the same height. That to the other side too.
That turned out great.
Yeah. What do you think? That looks pretty good, right?
It's really smooth.
Yeah. Okay. That's good enough. What do you think, Karen?
I'm looking forward to tonight. I think it's going to look really nice.
Yeah, I think it's gonna look really cool. Yesterday we put together the tiki torches, and that was super cool. That's a good way to start this series of projects. But today is kind of the big one. When I went to San Blas, I experienced some trouble with my GMI10. Now the GMI10 is a sort of consolidated display. Looks like some pixels are burned out on the display. There it is. That dark spot right there. I don't know if you can see it, but these are like dead pixels. Bottom line is I need to replace it due to this screen problem. So the back of the GMI10 is right here. So it's real easy to access, and you can see it's a simple unit. There's just this one cable right here. So once I put the new unit in place, I'll just attach the cable and then we'll be able to check it. You know, you can see that there's a screw in each corner holding this thing in. You know, up here, there's one up here, one down here, and then there's two on the other side as well. And if we come out here, that would mean a screw is here, screw is here, screw is here, and a screw is here. So these silver bits, this one on the top and this one on the bottom, clearly are detachable to expose the screw heads. And actually, if I look really closely, you can kind of see a little indentation here on both sides where you can pop this off. It's actually pretty tight in there. I'm going to pivot like this a little bit. There it is. Look at that. There's the screws here. So I should be able to do that on this down here. Oh yeah. Sweet. All right, there they are. I didn't break it, so they do come out without breaking. That's kind of nice. Now we'll just take these screws out. There we are. We'll just, you can see this is the cable, and I'm just gonna pop this off like that. Now I suspect this cable's in good shape, but if it isn't, we have another one to replace it with. So if the wind instrument isn't working or something, we have another cable. But look at that. I mean, there's no reason to think that cable is messed up. It looks perfect. Everything looks perfect. So
Very clean.
yeah. So I'm going to use some Gooby Gone and a little scrubber, and I'm going to clean that little area, because you can see it gets pretty trashed. And you know, before I put the new one on there, I want to make sure it's good and clean. So pink stuff. This is the Miracle cleaning paste, see? And I really like it because it has a bit of an abrasive in it. And if you have stuff that's like I can feel the relief in here. Like when I run my finger over it, I can feel there's something there. So it's going to need a little bit of this abrasive to just scrub that off. Now I don't feel the relief so much. So you get a much more pure, flat surface. This is pretty interesting, just kind of comparing and contrasting the old with the new. The new has a much bigger screen. I'm pretty sure this new one has a color screen as well. And this has 1, 2, 3, 5 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 5 buttons. And the back button is here. That's back. This middle button usually is the menu button. It's actually kind of nice that it's not labeled. It's labeled differently on the new one. It was labeled the same, and so with the old one you had to see what the menu said down here to know that this was the menu. This one's more clearly marked, and of course the power. So really they're very similar. One of the things I notice is different is the screw pattern. It does not look like a direct swap. If I put these over each other, it's clearly not a direct swap. I need to come over here and drill these out and put the thickened epoxy in and seal these up, because we're going to put in a new pattern here in order to mount it. Look how much thinner the face of the new one is versus the old one. I mean, that's quite a bit more sticking out. When this thing goes in, it's going to be quite flush. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Right, so the plan is evolving. If I put this up to the old hole here, so it's here, right? Now watch what happens. If I drop it and rest it on the hole, look at this. The old hole is clearly bigger. I put this cover on when I pulled the other sensor. I don't even remember what it was, but this was superfluous, and so I just covered it with this piece of wood. But given the circumstance now, this is the ideal time to go ahead and do this bigger repair. I went ahead and took off that piece of wood that was here, and of course the old GMI10. I'm going to have to fill these holes, so I'm going to drill these out first. But I want to point out something else. Do you see the little rubber right here my fingernails on? Do you see that? Mm-hmm. That is silicone. And this stuff it's super hard to get off. Like, I could sit here with my fingernail. Okay, I'm getting a little bit, but it comes off in these tiny little pieces, right? I'm gonna have to do this anyway, what I'm doing right here. But ultimately I'm gonna have to sand this off, because there's gonna be silicone residue in here, and this prevents any kind of fiberglass from sticking, and you can't do fiberglass work if you've got silicone on stuff. So this has got to come off. So I'm going to drill these out and prepare them to be filled with thickened epoxy, and then I'm going to take and just go around the edges. That's good. And then what I want to do is hit this outer edge just to get rid of that silicone. With this end on the Dremel, I'm just going to go around here, and all I'm going to do is lightly hit it. And the only purpose is it's not to take away a lot of material, it's to take away that silicone that the other person prior to me who installed this used a bunch of silicone. Again, I advise against it, but people do it. All right, I think the vast majority is off now. I would actually say it's more humid than hot, actually. But what that means is this chemical reaction is going to happen relatively quickly. They call it kicking off. So I think it's not going to take too long for this to kick off. Some of these I'm going a little bit deeper or further, see, because like here, like here too, I made some divots. So I'm going to kind of cover those divots a little bit. Although it doesn't matter that much, because I'm going to end up having to sand a lot of this anyway. Perfect. I think that's good. I think that's fine. And then it's just about cleaning up, right? And everything's kind of a one-use stuff. So the garbage is right here, so everything goes right in the garbage. The only thing I'm going to reuse actually is this little applicator is really nice for these kinds of things because, well, it cleans up really well and you have that nice straight edge. And if you need, you can do the straight edge lengthwise like this too. So in this case, I don't need that, but you could. Now what I'm using to clean it is just straight alcohol. Actually 94% alcohol. You can get the different percentages here in Panama. So, yep, that's it. Time to hit the pool.